My dear students, we have discussed many topics in our last classes. I mean the topics are concerned or regarding to the topics like history and geography. In your textbook they have mentioned only one topic for a civics part, that is Indian Constitution for the grade 5th. So today we shall move on to the civics concept, that is Indian Constitution. Next we can again see our topics like history and geographical topics. We can discuss in our next classes. So today in this section or in this class we shall discuss about the important and very remarkable concept, that is Indian Constitution. What do you mean by basically what do you mean by Constitution? See, every republic country or every independent country should have a constitution. I mean, should go through the certain constitution to rule or to administrate that country. So, constitution plays a very important role, a remarkable role in development or in the administration of every country. So, in the same way our country, I mean India is also having a constitution. Before independence, the India is ruled by the British government. At that time, India was ruled by the British Constitution itself. After independence, in the time of independence, our ancestors, our leaders came to know. I mean, they realized that India, I mean the independent nation also need a constitution. By that constitution, there will be a good, I mean, we can betterment our administration. For the same purpose, the leaders of our India, I mean the great freedom fighters of our India and many political leaders of our India made many committees to study about the different constitutions of different countries, and they have made one constitution, the very good and very lengthiest constitution in the world and very good constitution in the world, because many other nearly 18 to 20 constitutions of different countries are studied years together, and the important part are which are very good for people, such parts are involved are taken by other constitution. Our great leader Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was the person who led the drafting committee of our constitution. By his effort, by his hard work, we have got our constitution. See, constitution is a set of a document, is a written document, or a set of constitution is a set of a document which helps or which guides the administrators or which guides the government to rule the nation. The set of a document which guides the government to rule the nation, such kind of document by which the government or the nation is ruled, such kind of document is known as constitution. Every nation is having its own constitution. In the same way, our nation India is also having a constitution. It is drafted or written by the great leader of our country, that is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. See, there were different committees. There were different committees to generate our constitution or to study about our constitution. But drafting committee of our constitution, the committee which is nominated or which is there to draft the constitution, that committee plays a very important role in the creation of a constitution. So by their large effect, we have our own constitution by which we are going to rule today. So see, when it was came into existence in August 15, 1947, India got independence. From that day, India is under the rule of our Indians control itself. Our administration, our rulers and our political leaders are going to rule our country from 1947 August 15. But before 1947 August 15 itself, leaders of India or peoples of Indian National Congress, they started to create or to prepare our own constitution. So by their effect, at 1950 January 26, actually, November 26, 1949 itself, our constitution is completely prepared. I mean, it is ready to follow, or it is ready to come into existence. But when the Indian National Congress first conference was held, at that time our leaders, the conference was taken place at a date January 26 itself. For the memory of such thing, our constitution came into existence at January 26, 1950. From that day, I mean, we have adopted our constitution from January 26, 1950. January 26, 1950. See, this is an historical background about our constitution and what our constitution contains. What are the things or what are the principles which are there in our constitution, by which principles the Indians or Indian subcontinent is ruled now. See, these are the very important things which are mentioned in our constitution. Democracy, secularism and socialism. These three are the basic principles of our constitution. Complete constitution of India is depend or stand with these three important principles. I mean, what do I mean by democratic? The term democratic can be defined as, I mean, the democratic says that every individual of India has his own right to choose his own government. I mean, every citizen of India take part or take place in the process of forming or selection of government. This is a beauty of democratic, because we have in 21st century also there are many nations till today they are not democratic. Till today they are autocratic. They are having a system of autocracy for the selection of their own government. But in the democratic system, every person, every individual or every citizen of our nation is able to choose or choose his own government. By this, see, in some nations, in autocratic system, common people of a nation cannot rule the nation. So in democratic system, every common people has his own right to rule the nation, and he has right to choose the rulers of a nation. So democratic system is very beautiful administration system. So we have adopted the democratic system. It is a basic principle of our Indian constitution. Next, secularism. What do you mean by secularism? See, democratic, secularism, socialist are the three major principles. These are the three major principles. On the basis of three major principles itself, the constitution of India is stood. I mean, the complete constitution is designed or written by the principles. I mean, by keeping in their mind, never at any point of view or at any critical situations, we should never give up these three important principles of our nation or our constitution. See, democratic means selection of our own government. I mean, every individual or every citizen of India has a right to select his own government. Such kind of arrangement or such kind of system is known as democratic. Next is secular. Secular means every individual or every citizen of India is having his own right to practice any kind of religion. I mean, in our last classes I have said, I mean, you are very familiar that India is a nation with a different cultures and different diversity. So, secularism plays a very important role in the life of common peoples of India, because in India every religion, every culture is equal. Every individual of India or every citizen of India is very free to follow any kind of religion or any kind of culture or any kind of belief. So such kind of freedom or such, see why they have mentioned secularism in our constitution, why it has become a principle of constitution means our constitution of India never restrict any people, never restrict any citizen of India to follow only certain religion. Every individual of India or every citizen of India is free to follow any kind of religion he wishes. So our constitution respects or values all the kind of religions and all the kind of beliefs which are followed by the citizens of India. Next, socialist. See, the term socialist can be defined as other meaning of equality. The term socialist says that every individual of India, I mean every citizen of India, is equal before the law. See, there will be no discrimination regarding his caste, his race, his birthplace, his gender or anything else. the socialist, the term socialist, which is a very basic principle of our constitution, says that every individual in India is very equal in front of the government or in front of the constitution. There will be no discrimination regarding their caste, their race, their birthplace, their gender or their color. According to Constitution of India, according to Government of India, every individual who is took birth in India, who is going to lead his life in India, they are completely equal. Whatever their economic status or their social status, there may be anything else, but in front of Constitution of India, in front of Government of India, or in front of administration system of India, the person or individual is very equal. These are the three basic principles of Constitution of India. On the basis of these three basic principles, our Constitution is prepared. See, before going to next part of our Constitution, I would like to discuss some important aspects or important points regarding the Constitution. See, we have entered the part that is Indian Constitution. In the same way, every democratic countries, which are today, the countries which are developed, are the countries which are having good administration system, they are having their own constitution. There are two kinds of constitution. Not only it is not related to India. Indian constitution is written constitution. It is written in a book. Indian constitution is written in a book. It is a document which can be changed by time to time. So in some other countries they are having unwritten constitution. I mean, the constitution which is not documentized or which is not written, such kind of constitution is called as unwritten constitution, and that is transferred. Such kind of constitutions are transferred from mouth to mouth. Those constitutions are called as unwritten constitution. A constitution which is written in a book or which is documentized is called as written constitution. See, our Indian constitution is very unique, because to prepare a constitution to the country like India is very difficult, because India is a country which is having a different kind of caste, different kind of religion, different kind of political diversity, different kind of geographical diversity, different kind of cultural diversity. See, the culture, the political system and the climate of Jammu and Kashmir is completely different from the culture, political system and climate of Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, etc. So, entire Indian mainland is very different from one place to another place. So, the constitution is only one for throughout the India. So, our ancestors, our leaders are worked very hard to prepare the constitution for such a unique nation. So till today, from 1915 January 26 to 2nd November 2020, we have made many changes, many amendments, many regulations to our constitution. Why? Because the constitution, in our constitution itself, there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity to change. I mean, our constitution is flexible at some times and it is very rigid at some other times. We can change our constitution. I mean, we can change the articles, we can change the amendments, and we can change some other important things of the constitution. But our changes, the changes which we are going to make, should not affect the three basic principles of a constitution. I mean, whatever the changes that are made by the parliament of our country should not affect the basic principles of our constitution. The basic principles of our constitution is democratic, secular and socialism. See, this is about the three important principles of our constitution. Next we shall move on to next part, that is what are the major factors which are mentioned in our constitution. That is social justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. See, these four are the basic principles which are main principles of a constitution. These four principles these four important parts are mentioned in the first page of our constitution. See, our constitution has many articles and many amendments. In your next classes, you are going to learn in detail about the articles, amendments, and sections and many other important parts. But today, these three, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, are the very major components of our constitution. Why? Because our constitutional committee are the persons who prepare the constitution as pledge or they promise the people of our India to follow all these things in the first page of our constitution. The first page of our constitution is called as preamble. See, if we see the index of any book, we can easily say what is the content of the book. In the same way, face is the our ancestors are going to say that face is the index of a person or index of a mind. In the same way, our constitution is also having a part that is called as preamble. See, that is a very major part of a constitution. Why? Because entire constitution, in our entire constitution, these four important parts are followed. These four important parts are followed. On the basis of these parts, our constitution is built up. So these four, these looks like a promise. These 4 points looks like a promise for the people who are going to adapt our constitution, who are going to follow our constitution. The persons who prepare the constitution are the leaders who prepare the constitution. They have promised the peoples of India or they have promised the citizens of India that they are going to ensure the justice, liberty, equality and fraternity through the constitution of India, which has came into force at January 26, 1950. So today we shall discuss about these four important. We shall briefly discuss about these four important topics. Next, in detail, in our next class, we can discuss in detail justice. What do you mean by justice? See, every individual or every citizen of India should need justice. What kind of justice? See, social justice, economic justice and political justice. See, social justice means justice in the society, justice in status or justice in our society. There should no discrimination or no injustice for every individual of India. So, our preamble or constitution itself enforces or it guarantees, it coordinates the justice, social justice, economic justice. If any person is interested to invest anything or is doing some work for his livelihood, so no one should obstruct him. No constitution, bodies or our government or any individual should not make injustice in his economic policies or in his livelihood. Next, political. See, in the last socialist or democratic system, I said that every individual of India is having political right. Every citizen of India can participate in the elections. No one can restrict any person or any individual of India to participate in elections, or if no one could restrict to take any political decision. So such kind of guarantee is given by the first part, or first paragraph of preamble itself, that is the Constitution of India guarantees the people or every individual that justice is given for every citizen of India. What kind of justice? That is social justice, economic justice and political justice. Next, liberty of thought, expression, faith and belief. Every individual of India is very free to follow any kind of religion, is very free to follow any kind of caste, is very free to follow any kind of belief, and very important, is free to express his own thoughts. If he is having any thought, if it might be opposed to government or it might be opposed to administrative system, whatever it is his thought. So in India, no one can restrict any person to express his thought. This is right, freedom for speech. In your next class itself, we are going to study about this comes under the freedom of speech. Every individual of India is very free to talk anything. I mean, in the constitutional way, if he is having any expression or any thought, he is very free to express in the society itself. No one should restrict the person to express his thoughts in the society. Next, equality of status and opportunity. Constitution of India guarantees, the Constitution of India says that in the India, every person or every individual is very equal. In our last paragraph itself, we have discussed that equality. There will be an equal status and there will be an equal opportunity for every individual in this country. So, in our constitution, I mean in our preamble itself, they have said that equality of the status and opportunity is must. It is promised by the constitution of our country itself. Next, fraternity. See, the term fraternity says that it is a kind of brotherhood. Every individual of India or every citizen of India should work or should live like a brothers. There should be no discrimination on their caste, religion, gender or anything else. So the government, the Constitution of India says that the Constitution guarantees that the Constitution says every individual of India should be like a brothers. They should be very equal. This is a basic or brief explanation about our Constitution. In our next class itself, we shall discuss in detail about the fundamental rights, fundamental duties and some other important concepts which are mentioned in our textbook. Thank you, Ananda.